Hey everyone, it's IAmTheLionRider, and today I am doing another kind of special crossover with Planet Zoo video. If you guys saw a few weeks ago, I did my Wizard 101 in Planet Zoo crossover, and this is kind of a follow-up, and it's Animal Crossing. I'm joined today here with Otter. You could say hi.
Hello?
And Otter is the biggest Animal Crossing fan I know. With how many hours in the game do you have now?
570, which really isn't a lot, but you
The
seem to
game
think
came
it's a
out.
lot.
The game came out in March, so yes. For reference, I play Planet Zoo every day, and I only have roughly 315 hours. So, yeah, that's a bit much. And Planet Zoo came out last November, for
Hey,
reference.
it's like 3 months. It's fine.
But yeah, basically, this episode started out as me just wanting to build the Nook's Cranny, and then it evolved into me making a whole surrounding area. But as you can see, I'm doing custom walls for the entire thing because I wanted to make this as realistic as possible. So I built everything piece by piece, which is very, very tedious.
Realistic as you can get in, like, a Nintendo game.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, I shouldn't say realistic, I should say authentic to the
Yeah,
Nintendo
there you
brand,
go.
to the Nintendo brand. So, it's obviously trying to be, it's the cartoony style. You can actually see, like, the shadow changing because I forgot to turn the daytime off, or the weather system off. So it was about to be nighttime. Um, which maybe I should have kept it on, but it would have made color picking difficult. So yeah, everything in this entire building is pretty much custom. So I have a custom door, and then I based it off of the second Nook's Cranny design, because I think it's the most, I don't know, uh, definitive version.
Noteworthy.
Yeah,
Most
it's
recognizable,
most
yeah.
recognizable. That's a good, yeah, because basically I know in New Horizons, like the maxed out one looks like a mall, or like I don't even know. Like
I mean,
it's like a store.
somewhat.
It's a store,
It's a
and
store, yeah.
but this one is a lot more authentic to the design in City Folk and Wild World and all the other
How it
previous
looked in
games.
most games.
Yeah, it's a lot more colorful though, so I wanted to introduce that. As you can see, I'm making custom windows. So the Animal Crossing windows have like little like yellow shimmers, so I like put a piece of glass in front of them, and then yeah, I don't know. I used a lot of little pieces. I used my favorite piece in the game, which is the East Asia plank, and then I combined it with some primitives and stuff, and I don't know. I think it came out looking really good in the end, but it was very time consuming.
Hey, and the shop's apparently open because it has a yellow light in it.
Oh, yes. So function. I should have done this. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Hypothetically, I should have just made this into a gift shop, um, so
I
that
mean,
it would have
yeah.
been functional. Okay, so this is me making the Nook's Cranny sign. So at first, I wanted to use the actual signs that are in Planet Zoo, where you could just type in stuff. Um, but they just this was the best one I could get, and it would have had the gray, and so I could have sunk it into the thing a little bit, but I thought the text was just too small. Um, like, cause yeah, you could barely be able to read that, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not that good looking.
yeah. So then I made the turnip, which I'm using a bunch of primitive pieces, to like try and get it right.
Turnip?
Yeah, isn't that what it is, right?
It's a leaf.
Oh, is it?
What? It's a leaf.
Oh, I don't know why.
Have you ever shook a tree in Animal Crossing and that leaf just falls down and it's
I
like a
guess
little
now that you
furniture
mention,
piece?
I guess now that you mention it, yeah.
It's not a turnip.
I always thought it was a turnip. I don't know why.
No.
Which is weird because I've been playing the series longer than you.
Yeah.
But like I said, you're definitely a bigger fan because I did not play New Leaf. You did. You played a lot of New
Yeah.
Leaf. How many? Do you know how many hours you have in New Leaf?
I had to have at least like 1,000 probably.
Yeah, I was like, I know you played that for a while.
Yeah, because they didn't come out with like any games for like the
Yeah,
next
because the Wii U
6
just
years.
decided, oh no, you want to do Amiibo Festival.
Yeah, and that was No.
So I'm using like some custom font. I always forget the guy who made this specific font guy. I'll like list him in the description because I always forget his name and I feel bad. But he did this font collection on the workshop, and it's easily the best. And so I used it as a base to create my own custom font out of it. So like I'm making a custom O that's kind of similar to like the one in Nook's Cranny because it's like slanted slightly.
Yeah.
But basically, I really just made my own font in truth, but
Used a template for it.
yeah, basically he already has all the individual pieces laid out for me, and so I was able to just kind of like manipulate them a lot easier because I could just copy and paste them. So yeah, like basically I used his S. I think that might have been the only thing that like, you know, I didn't do that wasn't custom. So I did a custom N or whatever because it's slightly larger than the other letters on the actual sign. And then it's also like crooked, so I had to, you know, tilt it a little bit. And then basically then I made a custom Cranny sign because I think the other thing is this entire font selection is uppercase, and so I had to make lowercase letters out of them.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it wasn't super complicated to do, but, you know, a little tedious. But, yeah, so, what was the most recent Animal Crossing update? Because I should also, even though I'm making this video, I have not played New Leaf since,
New Leaf?
what is it? New Horizons. I haven't played New
Yeah, we
Leaf
can
at all.
tell.
I haven't played New Leaf at all. I stopped playing at City Folk. But I haven't played New Horizons since
maybe 3 weeks after it came out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
that is
maybe
correct.
mid-April is when I stopped playing. Now, granted, that's also because I like doing all the museum stuff, and I really don't care about building, because if I wanted a building game, I would play the amazing title Planet Zoo, of course.
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say, is honestly, if you wanted to like plan out your island, it'd be so easy just to do it in Planet Zoo and then just transfer it over to Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, incredibly easy. Like I've always said this, like Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo easily are just, they're a building game that they just call a zoo game. Like
yeah.
Everyone like makes a joke like they don't know why they're even like called that, because they could easily replace something like City Skylines or something, because there's so many big creators for Planet Zoo that they don't even make zoos. They make hotels, or they make resorts, or like Silverette is I forget what nationality he is, somewhere in Europe. But like he does exclusively stuff like ski resorts and like Dutch architecture and stuff, and it's like, okay, that has nothing to do with zoos at all, but okay, I mean, it looks pretty. And then yeah, here I am right now. I'm really not making a zoo either. I'm making a fictional, you know, shop from a Nintendo game. But it
are very different.
Yeah, but it looks very, you know, it does look like what it does in game, so
yeah, you're doing as best as you can with like
the pieces,
more realistic looking pieces.
Yeah. And you know, because a lot of the stuff is what's it called, dyeable, is that the, I don't know, paintable, I should say. You can change the color of them. Because you're able to do that, you are able to get away with like a lot. And I will praise that about New Horizons. I do like all the new customization options they did add.
Oh yeah.
So you know, in the past games they always had the like, oh, you can make a custom shirt, but like in this game they really like did like, oh yeah, no, you can put your design on anything. You can put it on your phone, your bed, your like. They had like a bunch of weird
wallpaper,
stuff.
flooring.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, like a custom
face
laptop.
Paint?
Yeah, face paint. Yeah, everyone does the famous like, you know, blood splatter, you know, thing where it makes you look like a serial killer.
It's great.
I don't know. I mean, I respect that because yeah. I think that's, and obviously the new terraforming tools are also very useful.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
Yeah, that's always like a really nice thing. I mean, it's not hard to understand. Like they clearly just took a lot of notes from Minecraft with the new game. They were just like, listen, we might have done this first, but we need to kind of like like we're no longer the only one that's in this whole like kind of town building genre.
Yeah.
Like between like after Minecraft exploded, there was obviously like you had like all the rip-offs of like, oh yeah, Rust and Ark and Conan Exiles and everything. Like they just had Minecraft with like a bunch of different themes, and they were all like the same kind of survival idea. And so they were like, let's literally just turn Animal Crossing into Minecraft. So now you have crafting and
I mean, it worked.
terraforming. Yeah, I like genuinely, I'm surprised they didn't add mining. I'm not like, don't be surprised if one of the free updates they do is advanced terraforming, where you can collect ore, and then for the museum they have like a geology section.
Well, because that's the thing that everybody was talking about. Because they did in New Leaf, they had the ores that you could get.
Yep.
But nothing came out of it. You just had it.
Yeah, because I'm kind of surprised about that.
There.
Because I would have thought that would have been. This is a little thing that I did, just because I didn't feel like doing the roof. The triangular pieces are just gonna be kept as the normal wooden pieces, but it doesn't look crazy.
Oh no, that's fine.
And now I'm doing the. What is this again? This is the little like post box or like drop off box that you can like.
Yeah, it's a drop off box.
Yeah, so I had to make that piece by piece. So luckily it's just a lot of basic cubes and stuff. But nothing super advanced. But yeah, I am surprised about that. Like why they didn't do it like a geology section, because I feel like that would be interesting if you could do like oh, this is a ruby, this is a sapphire, this is an emerald, like, and just fill out them. Because I think that's a thing that kind of upset me about the museum in Animal Crossing, or like the newer Animal Crossings. They never really expanded it beyond what it always was. And
yeah,
like we've gotten more fish over time, and we've gotten more bugs and stuff, but I feel like that would be more interesting if like each game like added like a new section to the museum. And so all the museums are like gorgeous. Like the new museum I really like.
Oh my gosh, it is so pretty.
Like the aquarium and like the dinosaur area, and so that looks really cool looking. I like what they did with the little like Ice Age animals, and how they had like the animals like like
the animals to the
they're respected.
To the bones and stuff.
Yeah, so like the mammoth was next to the elephant, and like the lion and tiger were next to the saber tooth and stuff. Like that was cool.
I think people mostly want Celeste's observatory back.
Yeah, that's true. I think that'll definitely come.
And they really should add that.
Yeah. This is me doing the bulletin board. This was difficult because the issue is this game has everything other than scaling, because it's effectively a game engine otherwise. But like so minute small details like sometimes like need to be they're hard to do. And they have the exact lamppost that Animal Crossing has, so that really helped me.
Oh shoot, yeah, that looks nice.
So now I'm just doing the little fence around Nook's Cranny, and I was trying to figure out what kind of rope I wanted to use. I think I used the straight rope because I think it was the, in Animal Crossing it's obviously all grid based, so it was nice and easy. So I just kind of rotated that around. I copied the whole thing, rotated it 90 degrees, brought it over. I missed a rope, so I had to add that back in. Or I missed 2 ropes actually. And actually I see that it's floating slightly, so I want to fix that off camera.
Oh my god.
Before
you just now noticed?
Yeah, I'm just noticing it now, like in the video. It's slightly off. But yeah. So that's pretty much it for Nook's Cranny. Now we get into what I can only describe as the absolute headache, which was me trying to be a little bit too overambitious. So.
Oh, you did this?
Yes.
Why? What? I didn't even notice this.
Yeah, so as everyone knows, Animal Crossing has a very distinct type of grass, which is the little triangular pattern of like different shades of green. And so Planet Zoo just has normal grass, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to make custom grass over the whole thing. So I just basically made a bunch of different triangles of different shades, kind of randomly placed them around.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say they're not uniform, so I don't know.
They're not supposed to be. That's why, like,
Okay.
or in Animal Crossing, I know they're not uniform. That's why. Well, they are uniform by not being like, but not in a clear grid like in Minecraft or something.
Yeah.
So I had to like make this kind of non-uniform grid that's like slightly off. And then I just kept copying and pasting it all around. And I left some spots barren just because in Animal Crossing it's not completely covered either. And then, yeah, as you can see, I just covered the...
I cannot believe you did this.
Yeah.
How did I not notice this?
You didn't notice the grass?
No!
Yeah. I don't know, like, again, I went a little overboard with, like...
That is ridiculous.
Like, needing to do stuff. Like, that was so particular.
You didn't need to do this at all.
I know.
You're literally only supposed to be doing Nook's Cranny.
I know. Wait until we get to the trees.
Oh, great.
Right now I'm making a kind of custom stone path that I eventually get rid of it in favor of just like a normal path system. But I did originally make a stone path that, like, you know, I forget what the type of path is in Animal Crossing, but it is like a one that you can get. Alright, here we go. We're getting the custom trees.
Yay, trees!
So I easily
Oh,
could have
God.
just placed an oak tree. But no, I decided, no, Animal Crossing has like these kind of like, you know, circular trees or whatever. So at first I'm like, okay, I'll just use the sphere item or whatever and paint it green. And then I went, I don't know. So around there, I was looking at fruit because I was like, okay, what kind of trees do I want? I just went with the apple trees, but I very easily could have done like peach and what are the different? It's apple, peach, orange, or it's not orange. It's like a discount.
It's orange.
Is it orange?
Yeah, we have oranges.
Oh, I thought
My town fruit.
no, but I thought they call it
orange.
they call it like tangerines though, right?
No, it's orange.
Oh, is it orange? Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, I might as well just get to it. So I decided to use the South America custom leaves
Oh my god.
to make custom-looking fake trees that look very similar to how Animal Crossing does it. So to do this, I decided to go around the sphere with individual leaves. And then I thought, okay, if I basically make one sphere of leaves... Oh, I accidentally selected all of the grass. But if I make one sphere of leaves, I can then duplicate that around 3 times, and it'll be a good base for the, you know, Animal Crossing leaves. And then once I have, you know, one tree, I can make a bunch of trees super easily. So, yeah. So I definitely went a little overboard with this.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Because I'm just a madman or something. I don't even know. But because this is the first time I think I've done like a custom tree, and it's of course like a cartoony custom tree.
I keep forgetting that this is sped up too.
Yeah, this is sped up. So if you can imagine, this was in real time. This is 8 times as fast for the record.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, this wouldn't be as bad, but then like, no, this looks horrible. What?
Yeah. So this was 8 times as
I could
fast.
not imagine doing
I
this.
think this roughly took me a half hour
No,
of placing individual leaves. Because I also had to make them line up so that it made sense. Because I couldn't just stick them all on to the.
Because they have to make sense. Yeah. In this cartoon world that you're making.
Well, I mean, you know, I come from a background of like game design and stuff. So I based this off of if you use like Substance Designer or a similar program, these are like custom materials that have a displacement map on them, which basically is like a normal map, aka like something that makes it like more detailed than it normally is. But a displacement map is how, like, in a game like Red Dead 2 or Last of Us 2 or something, how they do like the snow, like as you're like walking, it'll like, you know, deform and stuff.
Yeah.
So displacement map textures like this would be basically like a sphere cube, but have some like height to them, or like, you know, some detail or whatever that bumps out a little bit. And so basically, that's kind of what I base it off of. I was like, I know I need like a sphere shape, and then from there I'd be able to like modify it a little bit. So I tried being clever there a little bit by like copying the top.
I noticed, and then it just doesn't.
It backfired. Well, it backfired because I forgot to do the other half of the top. So it worked a little bit, but you know, I don't know. I could have done this a lot smarter, but instead I just went for, you know. This was all spur of the moment, so any mistakes I've ever made in this entire build, I kept in.
Yeah. Again, only supposed to do the shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, put it this way, I was about to be a bit more ambitious, but I wanted to get this video out kind of soon. I was gonna do the museum and the house, like the player house as well.
My God.
Yeah, and I might still do those if I feel like it. But as you can see, the final tree is done. I shrink it to be roughly the size it should be, and then I add an extra bump just so it looks more like a normal, you know, a tree that would work. And now, now that the tree is done, I work on my apple. I used the log piece at first, and then I was like, that's too big. And then I think I tried placing a leaf on it, but I realized the Animal Crossing apples don't have them, so I instead, yeah, so I just you know, placed them on the sides and the top, like in the game, and then there we go. So now we have a nice Planet Zoo Animal Crossing hybrid tree.
This is the crossover that everybody asked for.
Yep. Everyone was waiting for it.
Oh, you're missing.
I know, I keep misclicking everything. But there we go, now I'm able to place trees everywhere, and it looks fine. You can see the little leaf ball I put off to the side in the off chance I wanted to make something else. Oh, you can see me putting some bells there.
Okay.
Some loose bells falling out of the tree, like you. And now I'm doing a balloon with the present on it. So I'm using a.
What the heck?
Yeah, look, I look up these are from the Christmas DLC, the Arctic DLC. They had Christmas presents, and I was like, oh, I could do the little present with the balloon. And now we get into my terraforming.
He's terraforming. The thing. Okay, by the way,
yep.
He did not make it this far in the game.
Yeah, to even
he has not gotten to terraforming at all.
Yeah, in my actual playthrough of New Horizons, I didn't actually finish the campaign to get to the point of getting the terraforming tools. Like I said, I wish I enjoyed it more than I did, but it just got to the point where I was just going to be spending a lot of time just like collecting. I didn't like the crafting element of New Horizons, and so like that was basically the majority of what the actual story mode revolved around, was just collecting resources. And so I just wasn't really, you know, gonna do that. And so like I played it for weeks, like for the stuff that I did enjoy. Like I did enjoy designing stuff for a bit, and I did enjoy obviously like fishing and catching bugs and fossils and stuff. And I practically completed my museum. I know I completed the fossils on my thing, but that was and then fish and stuff. I cheated. I skipped around to get a lot of the fish and bugs.
Oh, it's so cheating.
But we're coming up too close to the end of the video. At this point, I was like, do I want to add a museum and stuff? But I'm like, no. I could just kind of wrap this up soon. So now that I added the little river and stuff, I basically add a little bridge. I think this is around the point where I'm just like, I'll just use the basic path system in the game. There's no need. I was gonna make a custom bridge, but I'm like, nah, that's overkill. Like, so you can see me messing with the path tool, which I hate in this game because it's always glitching. So it's a little broken at first, but I eventually get a bridge that looks nice. And then I just connect the path up to Tom Nook's house. So then the only thing left to do is I just kind of delete the leaves, but past that, I think we're pretty much done.
Wow.
So we can check it out. Here we go. Beautiful. So
you did the present wrong.
What?
I cannot believe you did the present wrong.
Wait.
A red present with a white ribbon?
Oh, is that wrong?
Yeah, that's wrong.
What is it supposed to be?
It's a white present with a red ribbon.
Oh, well, I could fix that easier. Okay.
That's so funny.
Well, that's easy then. That's an easy
You
fix.
went through all of this trouble.
And I just mix up the colors.
Yeah.
Alright, well...
Oh, that's great.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and, in the next... I don't know what I'll do for the next video. But, you can check out, Otter's channel on YouTube. I'll link it in the description. And you're also live on Twitch on... What's your days?
I do every weekday now.
Every weekday. But late at night, right? Like...
Late at night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do 5 o'clock. We'll see.
Okay. But, I'll link that, and, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.